Hello one and all, welcome back to Classics on the Shoestring. We're back down the garage today because when I last went out in the buggy to the Oso Retro Car Show, I realised that I only had side lights. Checked all the fuses, they were all good, so don't know what the issue is. I know when I got the buggy there's some wiring issues. Some of the switches are not great, some of them are very not great, but everything's worked, so I've been using it. I really need to change the dashboard out, really need to sort some of these switches out, but I have no what I call running lights or high beam, just side lights. So going to have a little look today and see if I can figure out what's wrong. Okay, turn the ignition on, we get an ignition light. We flick the switch up to give me side lights, which illuminates the drive light switch. We come out, don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but we've got side lights on the buggy and we've got both rear lights working, and we've even got the number plate sort of working. There's never been a great bulb in there. Flick that switch in, I should now have drive lights, and I have nothing. So I don't know if the switch has gone, so let's have a look, put a tester across them and see if we've got any power. Screw that back in there so it don't disappear. Alright, got the power probe. Now everything technically should be dead. They're all showing up as an earth because everything's off. So let's go round and turn some things on. Ignition's on. Side lights are on. Side lights. So it should only be earth to that and power to that. Yep. The rest of these should still be showing up as an earth. Great. Which they are. So now let's come put some other lights on. Right, I should now have drive lights, so I should be getting power to at least one of these, and I'm not. Right, it's obviously not the bulbs. If I put power to the bulb's working. Right, so it's not a bulb issue. I didn't think it would be. Right, put this back together. Let's go and turn everything off first. Let's see if we can get this back together. I know I've only tested one side, but I would assume the fact that this side isn't getting any power, it's a power issue, not a bulb. But we shall now, I think, put a test across the fuses, make sure they've all got power going to them and coming out the other side. Get this thing screwed back in. Outside, for some reason, always seems loose. That's better. I undone it again, reset the light. It obviously weren't sitting in there properly, but I think that's the first time they've been really tight since I fitted them. At the moment, we've only got the ignition on, nothing else is on. Just going to see if I've got power coming in. See, this is the problem with this fuse box, right? That's an earth, that's an earth, that's an earth. I don't know what side the power comes in and what side the power goes out, because like I say, this is very badly wired. They just need sorting. Right. So far, everything that's got power coming in has got power going across it. These last three should be showing up as earth. Right, so let's put side lights on and see what else. That one's now got power going across it. That one's now got power going across it. Turn that off, side lights go out. Turn the side lights switch on, they come on. Okay. No power's going across them. That's my main beam I'm flashing. But nothing is coming across. Okay, I'm not even sure what everyone's for. No. They're probably the starter circuit, or they could be the headlights. This is the flasher relay, and I've got a earth, it's a bit awkward trying to do this one-handed. Like I say, electrics isn't my strong point. Okay, why has that got a constant power going to and from it? I forgot, with this power probe, because it also connects to the battery for live and earth, so you can feed live and earth. Every time I flicked it onto this one, it was creating an earth and making my hazard lights flash. But now I've disconnected the earth side of it, it's nothing. Flick the hazards on and it's now flashing. Turn the hazards off and nothing. So that's the hazard relay. I think I'm going to have to take the bonnet off to try and trace what's going on, because I just sort of can't really get to the back of anything. Everything's done from getting to the top. Let's test the fuses. I've gone through all of them. and basically they all seem to be working. Don't know if the camera's picking up the light, I can't quite tell. Yeah, I think it is. Right, they're all working. So, what I can work out, this one is my drive lights, this is my main beam. From what I can gather, the top obviously is the power in. As far as I'm aware, that's the power out. So, whereas if I put a power to that, not a lot. Right, I'm getting earth onto that. There's no fuse in there, so if I put power through that, aha. Right, let me show you. I'm going to put power to that second line, and I'm now getting drive lights. Go to the third. And I'm now getting main beam. I've got a funny feeling I've got a dodgy switch or a bad wire up in here somewhere, but I can't get into the car to get up and look underneath here, so I definitely think I'm going to have to pull the bonnet off, because I'm not getting any power to anything on this. Right, this is the headlight relay. If I put that to there, flick it, I'm getting drive lights. If I put that on there, flick it, I'm getting main beam. My switch has died, or there's a wire come off the back. Had a little play around with the wires. Like I say, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not an auto electrician, I just tinker, do what I can do. So I've roughly worked it out to either a dodgy main relay for the headlights, or I think I've got a dodgy headlight switch, or last time I had the bonnet off, I pulled the wires off. So I'm going to pull the bonnet off now and see what I can see. Be back in a minute after I've got the bonnet off. As you can see, got the windscreen off, bonnet off, which is what I have to do to gain access to everything. This is my windscreen washer. This is the live and earth for my windscreen wipers. Oh, absolutely brain dead. This is the back of the switch, which isn't, the wires are loose. Ah, where has that come from? Okay, let's give it a little test. Like I say, these switches are knackered. This one's got about 1 million cable ties holding it together. This was like this when the Buggy arrived, but until I can change the dashboard out, replace the switches, it's working. I'm going to leave it like that for now, but I now got to figure out where this one comes from. What I'm going to do is, I've cut the tape from round this. I'm going to pull this from here, pull it back through, because it was so short and tight. Rather than cut and extend it for now, I'm going to come through here like that, bring it up, and I've worked out it connects to
to that one. So let's go under these, make it a bit better. Notice as well, there's a bit of bare wire there, so I'm going to put a bit of tape on that. But that connects onto goes onto there, and that's going to make it reach. So put the ignition on, put my side lights on, we've got a side light, and now hopefully we press the button, and as you can see on the reflection, I now have drive lights. That one's facing the floor at the moment because obviously I have to take that off to remove the bonnet. But I now have drive lights. So she'll stick some tape around that, re-loop some of these with a bit of tape just to secure them, and put it all back together. But at least I now have lights. I've put a piece of heat shrink over that and heat shrunk it back just to get rid of that bit of bare wire. Now let's feed it round and through with the rest of them. Like I say, this is an absolute higgledy-piggledy bird's nest of wiring, and it all needs redoing because I want to put a new dashboard in, and when I come to doing that I shall redo this. Like so, I'm just going to put a couple of bits of tape round just to hold them together, and that should be good to go. What I've done is I've rerun this wire around from here where it was pulling too tight, brought it back round so it's got more slack in it. Just a bit of tape around that, bit of tape around that to stop them sagging. Now put it all back together, retest it. That's it, it's all back together, all working it seems. I'll stick the camera down in front of the buggy and run through the lights. We have side lights, we have drive lights, and we have main beam. We have an indicator for that side. We have an indicator for that side. Happy days. Windscreen wipers are working. Wash jet's working. Hazards are working. That's all done and everything's working. Was a bit of a pain testing a few things just to realise at the end a wire's come off, but like I say, I'm not a mechanic or anything like that. I just do my own bits and pieces and help some friends out. Happy to say though, it was only a wire that had come off, so now everything's back together, it's all working how it should. So until next time, please like, comment and subscribe to Classics on a Shoestring. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.